The 49ers, with their ceiling possibly being a playoff berth and maybe Super Bowl if you're delusional enough. The 49ers now have paid three of their players, including giving their game manager $53 million per year.
Let's talk football.
Alrighty, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the All Around Sports Podcast, where sports are everything on this channel. I'm your host, Antonio. Today, we're talking about the San Francisco 49ers. Recently, after signing Brock Purdy to a 5-year, $265 million contract, and George Kittle to 4 years, $76.4 million, they also overpaid another linebacker in Fred Warner, who becomes the highest paid linebacker in NFL history, but he's still not the best linebacker around. We know who that is, Bobby Wagner, because he's a Super Bowl champion. Fred Warner doesn't have that yet. And Fred Warner was paid to a 3-year, $63 million contract. So now the Niners have paid three of their stars in this upcoming year ahead of their upcoming season for 2025. But the question is, what is the ceiling for the 49ers this season? I'm going to talk about that in just a second. Before we get started, though, if you guys do enjoy this video, please be sure to do me a favor. Smash the like button down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. For now, let's talk about the Niners. So the 49ers. I think they're personally likely going to be a wild card this season because their division's already competitive enough. You got the Rams that are there that only got better. The Seahawks now that could be on the rise. We'll still have to wait and see what happens with them. And then you also got the Arizona Cardinals. But if we look at their division, it's very competitive. It was one of the most competitive divisions last season. I mean, for weeks, it was like one game in between one another before it eventually got out of hand. But if they do make the wild card, they're going to be one and done. Because, let me explain. Because they'll have to go on the road. I don't think they're going to win the division at all, even though they're the favorites to do that, which is so bonkers. It almost made me lose my hat. But I'm serious. They are a one and done team this season. There is no one that they're ahead of right now. There's nobody in the NFC that they are ahead of, except for the Giants and Panthers and Saints, if you want to name those teams right off the bat. But my point is, they are not ahead of the top dogs of the NFC. They're not ahead of the defending champion Eagles. They're not ahead of the Lions, Commanders. They're not ahead of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Maybe the Falcons, if they actually do something and stop choking. The Rams, who swept you two times in a row last year. Seahawks that split with you, one each. And then the Cardinals that swept you all behind last season.
That was impressive.
I've said this about Brock Purdy, and I'm going to say it again. Purdy is not the same without his weapons. He is 6-14 when he doesn't have his weapons, or more like 5 or 4-14, because one of those games he had all the roster healthy because it was against the sorry Jets. But my point is to the Niners, don't be surprised if you go one and done, because let me explain why. The defense is not set up in the standard to face off against any of the likely division winners, against the Philadelphia Eagles, Detroit Lions, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, maybe not even the Rams, because the Rams seem to have y'all's number when you face them.
Next floor, bottom of the food chain. Ding.
At least for the recent years, other than the time before that. But when I look at the teams around the NFC, I have questions about the Niners. I do. Are we sure that Robert Saleh is the guy on that defensive coordinator spot? Are we sure that Brock Purdy getting 5-year, $265 million is going to help him become an NFL quarterback or just continue to be a game manager? Are we sure that Kyle Shanahan won't choke the bag again? Are we sure? I'm just asking a simple question. Are we sure that the Niners are a top team this year? I'm not saying that they are. I'm not saying they aren't. All I'm saying is they're not built to go against the top dogs in the NFC. Not even the AFC. Not especially not the Chiefs, because they barely can ever beat them. Man, and I'm not even taking them in Houston right now. They got to face the Texans in Houston. I'm not even taking them there. I'm not even taking the ahead of the Bucks, and I'm terrified about even. My point is, you Niner fans, Niners are not built to go against the NFC. You're not built that way. You primarily need to focus on the thing you've done and to get you to the Super Bowls, running the football. Christian McCaffrey cannot be trusted. He could get injured at any minute. He could walk up the dang stairs and get injured walking up the dang stairs, or he just gets injured on the field. This guy just cannot stay healthy, and he's their security blanket. So if Christian McCaffrey's out again for a long period of time, who is going to step up? Ayuk? He has an ACL tear or something. It was something like that. I don't remember what. Correct me tell me what if I'm wrong. But I don't trust Ricky Pearsall. I don't. I'm sorry. I just don't. Ricky Pearsall, I gotta give him that. I gotta give that he survived a gunshot. I'm gonna give him respect for that. But I haven't seen productiveness a full season to make me believe that he is the number one guy. People are already saying he can be the number one wide receiver on the team. I'm sorry. Have you seen Jawan Jennings? Have you seen how Jennings plays? If there's anyone number one on that team, it's Jawan Jennings, who I likely compared to Jermaine Kearse. My point, and then also, where in the world why did you trade Jordan Mason for a sixth?
Did you forget who I am? What have I done?
You likely could have gotten them for a third or second round pick. But instead, you decide to go and give them a sixth and waste all four of your picks on offensive picks that are useless. Two receivers useless, running back useless, and a quarterback that you don't even have that shouldn't even have been in the college football playoffs. My point is, the Niners always find a way to screw it up. They always do. Every season, they will find a way to screw it up. It's who they are with Kyle Shanahan. They always find a way to screw it up. They always do. Look at last year. They were in the lead of back one game away from getting back in the division race with the Cardinals. Lost to my Hawks and made Gino look like prime Michael Vick.
A word of advice? Stop thinking aloud.
That's what you made them look like. But then also, you had chances throughout the season. You could have still won games. You could have finished at least 8-9, but instead you just don't even try. Let me get this straight. You go neck to neck with the Lions on Monday Night Football of Week 17 when you're already eliminated from the playoffs because you were eliminated by the Commanders a few weeks ago after their win they had.
Oh my god!
Oh my god.
But for some weird reason, after the team went last place in the division and they had a 6-11 record, we are still thinking for some weird reason that this team can make a Super Bowl appearance. I mean, have you seen Shanahan? He has lost 18 10-point leads in his career as the head coach of the 49ers. He is a coach that coaches scared. Mr. 28-3. This man, Shanahan, continues to cost this team championships. They had chances for championships, but they can't get one because they continue to coach scared every chance they get. And that's my point. They always find a way to screw it up. They always find a way to screw it up. So I would not be surprised if the 49ers, if they have a slow start to the season and remain in outside of the playoff race, and are at least like, let's just say 4 to 5 games under 500. I'm not expecting that, but I'm saying if that happens. I would not be surprised if Shanahan got fired halfway through the season. I would not be surprised. Because Shanahan is not the coach for the Niners to get to the Super Bowl. You should have kept Jim Harbaugh. At least he knew what he was doing. And Jed York let him out the door because he wanted all the credit. He was the man that wanted all the credit, Jed York. You personally, in my assumption, if you would have kept Jim Harbaugh, you probably would have won a Super Bowl. You probably would have. And I probably would have been sitting here seeing a 6-time Super Bowl champion in the 49ers when I won't have to see that because the 49ers can never win. They always get in their way. And whether it's their front office, whether it's their owner, whether it's their coach, whether it's their players, they will never succeed. They always get in their way. Purdy makes mistakes and they lose. They were 6-11 last year. So let's stop pretending like, oh, they made the playoffs last year. Oh, they made the playoffs. They made the divisional round. Who was in the divisional round again? Oh, that's right. The Rams were. Inside of your division, nonetheless. And who is the Super Bowl champion? Let me remember that really quick. Oh, yeah. The Philadelphia Eagles.
Nice try. Your act's over, but you may win this time. Well, this stinks.
That's who. They are not equipped to go against anyone in the NFC right now. Of course, not the low teams like the Panthers, Saints, Giants. I mean, I could go on. Seahawks are one of them, in case you're wondering. But my point is, the 49ers have to let go of Kyle Shanahan sooner or later. I get there's not much coaching staff out there. I get all that. But if you keep Shanahan around, he's going to find ways to screw it up for you even more. Probably even more than he did back in Atlanta. That's what my final point. I've said it for years, and I'm saying it again, and I'll be correct on the Niners for 3 straight years. But let me know in the comments what you guys think. What do you guys think the 49ers ceiling is? Let me know in the comments what you guys think down below. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please make sure to do me a favor. Smash like button down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. Until next time, I'll see you all in the next one. Ciao for now.